Hello everyone and welcome back to France. Welcome to the third episode of Patton's Best. So a few new things on our third day here. We have two new replacement crew members who have volunteered. We have Johnny P and we have Jay Sack. But we currently have commanding the vehicle. We have Mutin and our gunner Vince C. We have as a loader W. Peterson. Our driver Abbott is currently in the hospital for another few days. And while he's away, J. Irish Harking is taking over. And finally, we have William N. as our assistant driver. We all know that, unfortunately, Charles L. got the squad leader got killed in action, I believe, last combat. Hell's Angels, our first tank, has been destroyed, so we're currently driving our second tank now, an M4A1, which is named Vegas. Okay, so we have survived a total of 2 days in combat. We only passed 2 days. This combat calendar goes all the way to the 18th of April. But we have only passed 2 days, so we're still in July. So the next combat we're going to roll for is the 29th of July. There's no specific historical note. It is on Advance 2 Light. So roll a D10. We roll a 1, so we have combat again. And I was kind of hoping that we wouldn't have combat, to be honest, because I kind of want to get back to as quickly as possible to have my commander, which is I, back in the commander seat, because I need to increase my own rating. And that's what this whole game is about, your commander. Once your commander is dead, you lose. So you would typically not keep going after the commander is lost. And the reason why I'm going now is because I want to improve my other soldiers in the tank. But anyway, we rolled a 1, so it is what it is. We gotta do this. Okay, so we have currently filled this after action report, so we will grab a new one. Also, like I said in my previous video, if this is your first video you're watching to learn Patton's Best, please go to the first video instead, because as I progress, I will talk less and less about the rules, and I will show less and less charts, as I will be thinking that you will probably know by then what's going on. Okay, so let's start by recording our crew then. 5, 4, 5, 3, 5. 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. If I remember correctly. Yes. 3 actually should be. I didn't remember correctly. 5, 4, 5. 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, okay? Off to a good start. I believe we have Mutin. Yes, we have Mutin as our commander. He's a sergeant. We haven't really talked a lot about promotions, and that is because promotions really only happen if you have a really high score. You have to have like 1 over 100. And that hasn't happened, so, and for game purposes, promotion and awards, they don't really matter at all. And finally, William W. Or William N, sorry. William N, that's correct. And our tank name is Vegas. We have a M4A1 with a B turret. Whoops. Told you we're off to a good start. Okay, let's try that again. Date 20 should be 29th of July. Night number 44. Tank name Vegas. model, and 4A1 situation is advance, light resistance. The weather, we do not know the weather as of yet. Okay, so there we go. Let's just follow the sequence of play as always. Record the date and scenario code, record the model of Sherman tank, roll on replacement table if you need a new tank, record your tank's name, record crew name and ratings, consult the weather, and record the weather. Okay, so we're still in July, so on a roll of 1 to 69 we have clear weather. We roll 100, that is actually mud overcast. Let's see, mud overcast. So it's muddy and overcast, I'm assuming then. That's pretty bad. Mud and overcast. What overcast means is that we can't call for air support, and there might also be a chance that rain starts. And mud basically adds to our traveling. So if we look at mud and deep snow, see movement table and see time use table. So time use table, let's see mud. I know it's increasing the time to travel, but I can't see it here. Movement plus 15 minutes during mud. And then we have overcast. No airstrikes possible with overcast, fog, or falling snow weather. It's the same with rain, I'm sure. Okay, so we have mud and overcast. Overcast, roll 1d10 at the beginning of each hour for rain. 1 to 8, no effect. 9 to 10, rain. Use similar procedure to see if rain stops. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and note here that we have overcast and mud. That's not the best start. Determine, let's see, consult the weather table. Load ammo. Okay, so we're gonna load ammo, and we need to roll on the ammo table to see if we need to bring extra ammo. We roll a D10 and we roll a 2. So that's actually no extra ammo. Perfect. So we'll load up with our normal, let's see how many smoke rounds we have. We have 8 smoke rounds, so we roll a d10, we get 5, so we could effectively have 13 of these HCBI, but I'm gonna take only 10 with us. And then AP, we're gonna bring 11 AP. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring then the remaining 70 as HE ammo. All right. Determine, let's see, load ready rack. Okay, so we load ready rack with AP, 8 AP. And I explained this to Johnny. Asked why, or he noted that I only loaded AP in my ready rack, but I loaded mainly AG in my tank, and the reason for that is because if I'm firing at infantry, I'm firing AG, and I'm not really in a hurry. But if I'm firing at a self-propelled gun or a tank, I want to kill them very fast, and that's usually when I use the ready rack ammo reload. Because if you look at the enemy charts, you know you have the enemy fire, and a lot of these have that little 3 on them, or the 4 on them actually, and it says fires at your tank instead if you are firing at its front, and the 5 says fires at your tank instead if you are firing at it. So if you fire at these tanks and self-propelled guns, there is a big chance they will fire back, a much larger chance that they will actually fire at you. So if you do fire at an enemy tank or self-propelled gun, you really got to make sure you get them, because otherwise you're going to be in a world of hurt later on once they start firing back. Okay, determine amount of daylight availability this day, and we roll on the time elapsed table. And we roll an 8, so we have spent 1d10 split in 2, rounded down. So that's 4 hours plus 1 hour past sunrise. So that is a total of 5 hours. So we're not going to have as much time today. That also means we have lost 16 HE rounds. So we have 70. There should be 54 remaining then. And we have lost how many MG boxes? Let's see here. 8 ammo MG boxes, so we have 22 remaining because you load up with 30. Okay, okay. Did I forget something? I'm gonna note here that we still have only one personal VP, and that's from our first day of combat. And to get promoted to sergeant, we need staff sergeant, whatever it is, the first rank, we need to have at least 100 VPs, so we're pretty far away from it. And then I'm gonna note here that we have 35 fuel. Again, I remind you, fuel and machine gun is optional rules. You don't have to count that, but I like the, like I said before, I like the bookkeeping. Okay, determine ammo and time spent, we've done that. Okay, prepare for battle. Determine your tank's deployment from the deployment table. So I'm going to put aside the after action report now. So we take a look at our deployments table and we roll a 1. I was going to say that can't be good, but actually we're hold down, so that's pretty sweet. That's way better than being a moving lead tank. All right. Actually, I only rolled 1 D10. Did I? I should actually roll 2. Okay, so we have an 11, so we're still hold down. Okay, that's lucky. All right. Mark any open hatches. We will keep the hatches open, all of them. Mark the round in the mark the round in the main gun, and we're gonna load it with HE. Face the tank and turret in the direction decided on the battle board, and we'll keep it like that. Remember, if you're gonna use advancing fire, which I highly recommend you do, you have to have the gun load to HE. Can't do it if you have it to anything else. Position loader and commander spot markers. We're not going to do that because we have open hatches, so we don't need to do that. Place US control markers. We have done that. Mark the weather. We have done that. Determine start area. All right, we roll a D10 and start area is 5. That is my favorite starting area and the one we have gotten every single time, I believe. Now we roll on the exit table and we roll a 9. Starting area is 5. We roll 9. That's exit area 9. That's rather far away. Oof. It's gonna be this is gonna be a tough nut to crack. You know, I don't like to go through sea areas, so we're gonna probably go this way. We'll go up there into that area, and then the areas aren't very good either is the problem. So we might actually have to cross one sea area, and we're gonna meet some dangerous things there, most likely. Yeah, the D areas are a problem too, because, I mean, combat is not very likely, but if you have combat, you have the area type modifiers for range, and D is a -2, C is a -3. But yeah, they get really close to you, and if that's 80 guns or Tigers, you know, you're not gonna last. Anyway, determine exit area, check one adjacent area for, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and check the B area to our 12 o'clock, and we roll a 2, so that's light resistance. Call for artillery, okay, so we're now to the operations, so we can, you know, decide what we want to do. Okay, so we have, how many hours? We have, let's look at the after action report together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 hours. I'd like to reach that exit area over there. We could follow the road here and then follow the dirt road. So we have pretty good roads, but we have to remember we have mud. So mud is going to steal away 15 minutes for us. However, we're not going to be able to waste any time on airstrikes since they are not available, but we will be able to call for artillery. So I'll say we'll mark off at least 15 minutes. I like to have at least one artillery support marker backing me up, because we have to remember this is early in the war, or early on the Western Front. We don't have a specifically very good tank yet. Our crew ratings are really low. So I mean, once you get up there, once you have your crew ratings, 8 and above, and you have a better tank, yep, then you can start rushing in. But before that, I'm not gonna risk it. Okay, so we're rolling a D10 and a roll of 1, so that is enough to get artillery support. 1 to 7 means you have successfully gained artillery support. Okay, so we have our task marker here, which starts over here, and we go ahead and move in. So first of all, we're gonna mark off 15 minutes for traveling on a improved road. But then unfortunately we do have mud. So mud means we're gonna have to mark off another 15 minutes for that travel. And I'm just gonna check one moment here. Let's see mud, weather, mud, see movement table and see time use table. Okay, so movements table, that's for moving our tank in battle. So we have should have some modifier here as well. 9+ during mud weather, so it's much higher chance or risk, I should say, to get a front crack or get bogged down. Okay, so now we roll to see if it's combat. This is a B area, so combat will occur on a roll of 8 or higher. And we roll a 6, so we're good, no combat. And that also means we have successfully captured our first area, so we get 1 VP for that. And we go ahead and roll for a resistance in the next area. And we roll a 6, so we have light resistance again. And then we go ahead and spend 15 minutes to call for artillery. On a roll of 1 to 7, we roll 4, so we have successfully gained artillery. We did spend 2 fuel, so we'll move into this area and we'll spend another 2 fuel. So we're down to 31, and we spend 15 minutes driving on the improved road, and then another 15 minutes because it's mud. We're gonna apply advanced fire now. We didn't do that last turn because we don't have that much ammo, but now I'm gonna do it. So roll 1 D10 for advanced fire, and we roll a 7, and I believe it was to just round it down. Advanced fire. Advanced fire expands 1d10, split in half, rounded down, 80 rounds and 30 cal MG boxes. So 7, that's 3.5, so 3. So 3 boxes of ammo, we're down to 19 now. And 3 80 rounds, so we're down to 51. Okay, we roll for combat. We need to roll an 8 or higher. And we roll a 5, so there's no combat. We capture that area. And we go ahead and roll for next area. And I'm a little uncertain now. Should I really risk going through C? Because if I go any other way, I could go one in 2 ways. I could go over here, 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 and here, for example. I could bypass the city or village, whatever it is, go over here and into the woods, and then up here and this way. But woods isn't really nice. How many areas? 1, 2, 3. And if I go to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I also have an additional area. So at least I'm gonna check for resistance to see the resistance level. And on a C area, we have a +2 to our roll. We roll a 4, so that turns into a 6. So it's light resistance. So I think we are gonna go ahead and move into the city and actually hope that we don't get combat, but I am gonna call in not only 1 but 2 artillery strikes, because if it is a city, we're gonna have problems. 8, so the first one is failed. 9, so the second one is also failed. How much time do I need to get over there? I need only 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, plus 45 minutes because of the mud. That's 3 hours. I'm kind of running out of time, but I will have to call for additional... I'm calling again for 2 artillery strikes into that city. 2, so the first one is successful. And then I roll a 7, so the second one is also successful. All right, so we go ahead and move in. And first I spend 2 fuel, so we're down to 29 fuel. 15 minutes to drive in there, and then another 15 minutes because of the mud. And then we use advanced fire again before we check for enemy. And we roll 10, so that is split 5. So we go from 19 to 14 MG boxes. So we're running out of MG ammo now. And from 51 to 46 main gun rounds. Okay, now we check for combat, and I really hope we don't get combat. I don't like to have combat in the city, okay? So combat is going to happen on an 8 or higher, but we have a +2 modifier. So in reality, combat is going to happen on a 6 or higher. So we basically have a 50% chance of not having combat. We're all a 3. Okay, so we're out of harm's way. There's no combat. We mark off another victory, another captured area, and then we roll for resistance in the B area. And we roll an 8, so that's unfortunate because that means it's going to be medium resistance. So the question is now, do we want to go there or A? I'm going to check resistance for A, and that's going to cost me 15 minutes of time. 3, so that's light resistance. So I am going to go ahead to A. That's also good because A is going to save me 30 minutes, because if I go to B here, there's no direct roads. That's 45 minutes of travel time. But if I go to A, there's an improved road that's only 15 minutes. Also, if I go to A, my next area can be a B area instead of going B and then A. And, you know, I prefer B areas. All right, so we will call for 1 artillery strike. We roll a 10. We're running out of time now. Let's see, 15, that's 30 minutes totally. And then 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, okay, we have time to call for 1 artillery strike. And we have a 6. All right, so we go ahead and move in with our task force. We spend 2 fuel, so we go from 29 to 27. We spend 15 minutes of time traveling on the improved road, plus 15 minutes because we have mud. We have forgotten that for every hour, I used to make a dot like this to remember it. But for every hour, starting hour, you should actually roll to see if rain starts to happen. So let's start at 10 o'clock because we forgot. And we're all at 10 directly. So that means at 10 o'clock, rain started to rain. But it doesn't matter because we did not have any combat. So rain hasn't affected us yet. But at 10 o'clock, it started raining. And you would take the overcast counter and put the rain counter over it. And then you do the same for, let's see here so I don't trick you here. You do the same. Rain may start and stop several times in a day. 1 to 5 it stops, 6 to 10 it continues. So then at 11 we would roll again to see if it continues or stops. We roll an 8 so it continues. At 12 o'clock it continues, and then at 1300 hours we roll a 6 so it continues, and then now at 2 where you go to roll again and roll a 5, so now it actually stops. So we go back to overcast. Goes back to overcast, and I made little dots here now to actually remember I have to check I have to check. Blitzkrieg! I have to check for rain, but yeah, that's... I don't like rain only because of that, because it's so annoying to have to check for it all the time. And the only thing that happens with rain, which didn't affect us, is that you have rapid smoke depletion. After 2 hours of rain, you have mud, but we already had mud from the start. And then, of course, rain during combat affects a few things, but we haven't had any combat yet, so again, it didn't affect us. Okay, so let's see. We spent time here. We spent fuel. Now I'm gonna spend ammo because we're gonna apply advanced fire. I roll 8, so that's 4 MG boxes, 4 HE rounds. We go from 14 MG boxes to 10. So we are definitely running out. 46 HE rounds to 42. And then we roll for combat. Combat is, as normal, going to happen on a roll of 8 or higher, but we're in an A area, so that means 6 or higher. Sorry, 7 or higher. But we roll a 3. Okay, where are the Germans today? They're hiding. So we capture our 4th area, and we check resistance for 3 in B. And we roll a 10, so that's actually medium resistance. Let's see, can I find a medium resistance one? There we go. I will use 15 minutes to check resistance for A. And we roll 9, so we have medium resistance over there as well. So there's no way for us to escape that medium resistance. Let's see what we can do here. How much time? We have 4 hours and 45 minutes. And to travel, we totally need 45 minutes plus 15, that's 1 hour. And 45 minutes plus 15 minutes, that's 1 hour. So that's 2 hours travel time. So besides traveling, we have 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we can definitely call in some artillery over here. Let's see, I'll call in 2 strikes because it's a medium resistance. And we get 9, so that's 9 in German. No artillery strike, 9. We call in another one since we failed, and we also have to check the weather now. It failed again. We have to check the weather now to see if it started raining on a roll of 9 to 10, I believe it was, with overcast. Let's see. Yes, no rain. We failed both of our artillery strikes. I'll call in for 2 more, and then I think we can't spend any more time. 5, so we have 1. Okay. Why did I mark off 2? I only need to call in for 1. Alright, so that's it. We have 2 artillery strikes. We're going to be fine with that. We're going to go ahead and roll in now. So we roll in, and we spend 2 fuels. We're down to 25. We spend 45 minutes of traveling. And then additional 15 minutes because of mud conditions. And now we're at 1600 hours, so we're checking for rain. And 1, so no rain. And then we roll for advanced fire, ammo spender. We roll a 7, so that's 3.5, so 3. So we're down now to 7 30 cal boxes. And 39 HE rounds. Alright. And we have the roll for combat. So I'll leave this here in case we have combat. We are now with medium resistance in a B area. Combat will occur on a roll of 6 or higher. We roll a 1, I can't believe it. A whole day without combat. I jinxed it. We're definitely gonna have combat in A now. There is no way we don't have, because I jinxed it. Or maybe I jinxed the jinx now, okay? We have our 5th captured exit area. So now we check for resistance in A. And we roll a 3, so that's light resistance. Okay, traveling to A is going to take 1 hour of time. 45 minutes plus 50 minutes because of the mud. So we have basically 1 hour and 45 minutes to call in for artillery and such. So we're going to use those wisely. I'm marking off 45 minutes now for 3 attempts to call in artillery. The first attempt is successful. Second attempt is unsuccessful. And third attempt is successful. And we're going to go ahead and spend 15 more minutes. And we roll a 5. So all of our attempts are successful. I would also use, because you know this is an exit area for 10 VP, and I would also normally use an airstrike if I was in this situation that the day is coming to an end. But we have overcast now, so we can't call in for that airstrike. All right, so we're moving in with our task force. There's no direct roads. We mark off 45 minutes. Should have checked for rain conditions. Roll a 6 or nothing, and then we have a new now at 6 o'clock, no rain. Remember, rain starts on 19 or higher. Then we have 15 minutes marked now for 15 minutes marked because we have mods. We have 45 minutes remaining now. We are in an A area with light resistance. So we roll. Combat will occur on a roll of 8 or higher. And since it's jinxed, we're gonna roll an 8, 9, or 10 now. Look at that! It's like in the middle of 7 to 3. Is that the jinx? Because okay, it's a 7. So that means we have no combat. Okay, that's surprising. We have 1 full day without combat. Are you serious? Okay, so we don't mark off anything. We mark that we have 10 VP for a captured exit area. Hi from the future! Well, let me explain. So as I was editing this video, I realized I rolled a 7 in this area, which I thought, oh, we don't have combat because combat only occurs on a roll of 8 or higher. But it's an A area. I told you guys I jinxed it, so the 7 becomes an 8, and we should actually have combat. So it doesn't matter that I actually have finished the day now, because we're gonna have this combat, and then we will just change. Because there wasn't any combat after this either. So we'll just change the after action report and take away any VP, any wounded crewman, whatever. Okay, so first of all, we place out our advanced fire markers here. Yeah, I thought it would be very strange to have a full day. Okay, let's put them at medium. A full day without any combat. So. Yep, I certainly jinxed it. Okay, we're gonna roll for our 2 enemies on activation table. We roll 44, which is a tank. Oh crap. Tank, let's see, and then we roll once more. And we roll 63. Which is another tank. So we have 2 tanks, 2 tigers. This can end very badly. Alright, so we go to battle board placement tables for the first tiger. He spawns in 1, which is going to be over here, and then the second tiger. And remember, they might not be tigers, but we don't know that yet. Okay, first tiger, range. Oh, that's low range. Close, I mean, that's very bad. And second one is also going to be close range, I believe. We're not in a C or D area. You can't forget to look at that. Close range, both of them. Let's roll for facing. 9, so that's the first one. Actually shows us his ass, and the second one, 8. He also shows us his ass. No, 8. Tank. That's a truck. Facing. Side. Okay, so both of them show their sides. That's disappointing. I thought, oh, I'm gonna get a tiger, but nope. That's not gonna happen. Table terrain. The first tiger. And we are in an A area. And we roll a 6, so that's going to be woods. Then 3 says during 11:45 and 2:45 treat as fortification. We're not there yet. So it's going to be woods, if I remember correctly. I'm getting a little bit excited now because I'm thinking about all the bad stuff that can happen. We roll a 3 for the second tiger. Area type A. Let's hold down. That's even worse. All right. Well, at least we have advancing fire on both of those tigers. And we have 3 artillery strikes. So, I mean, I will be surprised if we don't get at least one of them. So anyway, let's roll on our friendly action table. And we roll advancing fire, which is a total of 1 to 10 to kill. That's pretty bad. 1 to 10 to kill these tigers. Definitely need to identify them. And we have a problem here because now we have... okay, so we have the -3 for each sector, so that's a total of -9. But then we have advanced fire or artillery fire versus vehicles except trucks +10. So basically, the modifier here saves us. We need a 9 or lower to kill them. First tiger, we roll a 5? We seriously roll a 5? Okay. Okay, the first tiger is dead. He is dead from the advancing fire. So I'm guessing some kind of tank, anti-tank gun fired off something. Okay, so we mark here. We get 12 VP for that. 12 VP for that beautiful little cat that's dead. Okay, the target in the woods is gone. And it's too good to be true, so I'm going to check my modifiers here so I didn't miss something. Flank fire, airstrike versus vehicles. For each sector marked, use control. For each smoke marker. Nope, he's dead. And a roll of 1, 2, 3 is always a KO regardless of modifiers. So you always kill them on those numbers. Yes, sir. Okay, second one, advanced fire. And that's not so good. We roll 87. And that means we have put smoke on him. And that's not good for us because that's going to make it even harder to kill this tiger with artillery. Okay. And remember that the smoke numbers 60+ here for the tiger. That's only regarding unmodified dice. So whatever the modified dice ends on, he's going to be, smoked if it's smoked or higher according to the chart. Okay, so we have 3 artillery strikes on him, and I can tell you because artillery kills him on 1 to 10, and then we have +10 for artillery versus vehicles. We have +10 for each smoke marker in the target's zone, and so on. So there's a lot of modifiers. So we're only going to be able to kill him with a roll of 1, 2, or 3. So we'll see. 53. It's not going to happen. 15, close, but not enough. And last roll, a roll of 9. Are you serious? A roll of 9. I roll so good, but I still don't get him. I needed a 1, 2, 3, but that's so close. Okay, so that is the end of it. Now we're going to roll to see if there is an ambush. Hopefully there is not. An ambush will happen on a roll of 1, 2, 7. And we roll a 5, so there's going to be an ambush. So we need to consult our enemy action advanced scenario table. And we roll 17. And it's going to be a +10 because it's an ambush. So that's 27. Move left. Okay, so the tank moves left. We replace the hold down marker with a moving marker. And then we also go ahead and roll for his new facing and new terrain. So facing first, and we roll a 7, so I believe he's gonna stay on the side. Yes, he will. And then terrain, we roll a 3, so he is gonna be in the woods now. Area type A. No, actually, he's gonna be hull down. My mistake. He's gonna be hull down again. Okay, so now it's a random event. Hopefully not enemy reinforcements, and I think I might have jinked us again. Okay, this is annoying. Time passes. Advanced scenario, because that means we have 15 minutes less, and I can't mark the 15 minutes because I've already marked them all. But you're gonna see what happens. It doesn't change the game, because basically after conquering this area, this was a new entry area. I went there and nothing happened. I called for artillery on B. Actually, I did not call for artillery on B. I just moved there, and there was no battle there either. So that's fine. Okay, so now we roll. We don't roll. We decide what I want to do, and what I want to do is I want to pivot my tank, obviously. So I'll take my driver and pivot the tank, and it will remain hold down. And let's see, do I not? Yeah, I want to change the gun load. So with our loader, we are changing our gun load, and we are reloading AP. I wonder if I could actually, I mean, I don't think I would kill him. To hit a target, I actually need to roll 55 at close range just to hit. So I could definitely not hit, and then AP to kill. AP to kill a Panzer 5 at close range 58 or lower. So it's definitely tempting to attempt it, but might also be the very last thing I do. Okay, we're gonna put up some fire. We're gonna fire. Let's see here. We're gonna fire some covering fire. Commander is firing the AAMG, and the gunner is gonna go ahead and fire the coaxial machine gun. And my assistant driver is firing the BOMG. So let's put out those advanced fire markers. The coaxial and bow, they have to shoot in front, so I don't have an option to where to put those, but I'm putting the advanced fire over here in that zone. Okay, and then we go ahead and roll for ammo expenditure and gun malfunction on the machine guns. We go left to right. Bow MG, no problem. No problem with the coaxial, and 50 cal 76, no problem. All right, and no ammo expenditure either. And then we go ahead and change the gun load here. So we change from HE to AP. And that's it for our turn, okay? So then we go ahead and go to the Germans' turn again. We roll on the enemy action table for advanced scenario for our Tiger tank, and we roll 43. See, tank. Oh! What? Why didn't I spot? Why didn't I spot? I forgot to spot the tiger. Oh my god. Well, it's too late now. Okay, 43. He's gonna go ahead and move back. Okay. So he moves back over here. And we go ahead and roll. Does it really move back? 46. Yes, he moves back. Okay, so we roll for his facing 2, which should be the front, I'm guessing, because lower number is worse. And then terrain, we roll a 5. Area type A. So he's in the woods now. I'm thinking that should be better than being in the woods, being hold down. All right, and then it's random, or actually I think it's friendly action now. Let's see here. Yes, it's friendly action, so we look at the friendly action table. I still need a 1 to 10 to kill him. But we have these sectors, so now it's actually going to be a 1 to 19. There's no smoke, nothing like that. So 1 to 19, I kill him. Come on. And I roll a 16, so we actually kill that tiger. That is awesome. Okay, so tiger is dead, and we remove him from the board. We remove the markers of terrain and facing what whatnot. And then we roll one last time on random event, so let's not celebrate yet. 96, that's flanking fire, and battle is over, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, that went well. Faced 2 tigers, forgot to spot one because I got too excited, but never mind, it went well. Alright, so basically what's gonna happen now is I did make the error of actually, thinking there was no combat, and since there was combat, I should have marked off 15 minutes. And one moment. So yeah, basically in the future, as I come to this new entry area, I'm gonna have 15 minutes left instead of having 45 minutes left. So I'm not gonna be able to reach that last area. All right, and that is it. Very nice battle. Gonna reset the board. See you in a bit. We remove our artillery supporters. Markers, and then we remove all of this, and we're all for a new start area 7, which is here. We put our task force marker there, and we're all for exit area on our exit area table 7, starting area 7, roll 7, exit area 10. And then we roll for 1 adjacent area resistance. We roll a 1, which is light. Okay. Let's see. It would actually take us exactly 45 minutes to get over there. So we're gonna go over there because we might have at least one day, one situation of combat. So 30 minutes for the drive. And then 15 minutes extra because we have mud. So we'll mark off 2 fuel. We go now to 23 fuel. And then we use advancing fire. 6, so 3 ammo boxes. We're down to 4 30 cal boxes. And 36 HE rounds. Also should check for weather one last time. 9 to 10, it starts to rain, but we roll a 7, so there's no rain. And now we roll to see if combat actually happens. It's a B area, so combat will happen on a roll of 8 or higher. And we roll a 4. So we have successfully captured the last area. And that, my friends, is the end of the day. Okay, I never had such a smooth day in my whole, since I got this game and started playing it. Never seen a day without combat, but well, this is a day, I guess we had combats and stuff happen, but just minor, and that we didn't really see it. Okay, so VP, territory, we have 6 plus 10. And then we have an advanced scenario, so we have double for captured map areas, so that turns into a 12, and that turns into a 20. So we have 32 VP totally. We have 0 VP from our tank, 0 VP from friendly forces, because nothing was knocked down, and the day ended at 1500 hours. Hi, it's me from the future again. Okay, so we're gonna edit this after action report since we actually had a battle in the exit area where we killed 2 tigers. So what happened then was we will remove 1 captured area. So we had 6 captured areas. There should only actually be 5. So we have 5 captured areas, and that will give us 10 VP. All right. And then we have killed 2 tigers. So that's 12 VP each. So that's 24 VP. So we enter friendly forces, 24 VP. And then for captured areas, 10. Exit area, 20. So that's 30. That actually gives us a total of 54 VP. Our tank didn't score a single kill though, but still. And yeah, we shouldn't have 23 fuel left. I guess we should have then 25 actually, since we never went to that area. Sorry for that little mishap. I'm glad I found it as I did when I was editing the video, and because that gave me, you know, 2 awesome tiger kills. Not that I did it, but my very good friends in the task force did it. Okay, guys, see you back in the present time. Okay, so we roll now for crew advancement. We roll for Sergeant Mutin first. And he rolls a 9. So he has now become a powerful commander. He has the same rating as I. Vince, come on, Vince. Ah, he rolls a 10. That's perfect. Vince, my man, you have 5 now in rating. W. Peterson needs to roll a 6 or higher. And he rolls a 7. Come on, these guys. And then we have J. Irish Harkin needs to roll a 4 or higher. And he also rolls a 7. Oh, come on, this is the best. This is the best day in the whole campaign, of all campaigns. William N. You need to roll a 6 or higher. And I jinxed it. He rolled a 5, so he remains a 5 in rating. Well, it's like, it feels strange to say that this is it, guys, but this is it, guys. We've done it. We have, see, even in debriefing, okay, that's in the rules. Okay, there's nothing left to do. We, I guess we scared the Germans away with our beautiful new M4A1 B-turret tank or something, because, yeah, there wasn't any resistance at all. Well, guys, I hope that you join me for the next episode, and I hope that we will at least have one day without combat, because otherwise this career is gonna take quite long. Next time is gonna be the 30th July, so we still have 2 days left in July, and there's actually a pretty big chance of combat, since the next number is a 4, so any roll of 4 or higher we have combat in Avranches. I'm guessing that is in France. Medium resistance, so that's not very nice. I don't like those medium resistance scenarios. I much rather have a combat in light resistance calendar days. Well, guys, not gonna say it again. This is it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you will join me for next time. Also, if you want to be part of the game, you can either give me a name for a tank, and we will use that as replacement. We're currently named Vegas. The next tank is going to be named Unity. And in case Unity blows up, I'm going to need more tank names. And for tank crew, we have the commander, Mutin, who is covering for myself, Niemi, who's in the hospital for another few days. Vince C., our gunner, our loader, W. Peterson, our driver, Abbott, who's away at the hospital for 1 week, and J. Irish Harkin is covering for him. And for our assistant driver, we have William N. I gotta say to all of you guys, you have done a splendid job this day. Very good, especially the driver and assistant driver. You drove really good. Not much shooting going on. And then we have Johnny P. and Jay Sack as crew replacements, waiting to take over in case any of my crew members become ill enough to have to be sent home, or even worse, killed in action. Well, thank you for joining me yet again. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a comment, because my favorite thing to see is when I get a notification that someone commented on the video. I can have, it doesn't matter to me if I have 100 views or if I have 10,000 views, because if no one is commenting, it doesn't feel like anyone is watching. Those view numbers, they're just that, just numbers to me, don't mean anything. So I'm very happy every time I see a comment, even though if sometimes it might not be positive, it might help me to learn how to make things better. Okay, see you next time. Have a great day.